live. I'm live. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Going live today with full glam. I got a wonderful little spring palette here that I'm inspired by, the Nomad Tokyo palette. And I'm just particularly interested in all these pretty pastels. I may dip into that dark one to use as an eyeliner, but for the most part, I'm going to be working with the greens and the pink, and I don't know about that purple, but anyway, it's really pretty. And anyway, Timeless Beauty Over 60, my friend Gloria, she used this palette the other day and it was so pretty. I loved the look and I really wanted to do it. And then I've got a brand new cheek palette here from Ophir Cosmetics, and I thought I would use it today for blush and bronzer. And then I've got a new lip liner. This is called the Define Lip Liner Universal Cool from Beauty for Real. And I have from Aether Beauty a brand new, it's a lip stain. Is it a lip stain? It's a lip gloss stick. Anyway, really pretty color. I think it's going to go good with the look today. I'm excited about it. So, hey, Janae, how are you doing? I'm going to do a little skincare and start out with that and chit chat with you a little bit. And then we're going to get some makeup on. Got to get some makeup on. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, which is kind of late in the day to be putting on makeup, but it's a good time for me because my husband works this really unusual shift out at the prison, and he has to get to bed by usually about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So the house is quiet and I won't be interrupted. It's finally warming up there. All right. Anyway, I'm just putting on a little serum here. This is the one from Volition Beauty. It's called the Snow Mushroom Serum. Just trying to use this up. Don't like much. There might be like a fifth of the bottle left. I don't know. So I just want to put on a little serum. And I should have started out with this essence. This one from The Ordinary. I'm excited about it. But anyway, I've got it sitting here for me to use, for me to focus on. Okay, now let's put a little moisturizer on. I've got this one here from Volition Beauty as well. It's called Dewy Avocado. Yeah, they're real affordable. I've tried everything I've tried from them is pretty good. There was one vitamin C product that was grainy. They have really good variety of vitamin C products, but the one that I am talking about was grainy, and it felt gritty, and I really didn't like the texture of it. And so, but other than that, I mean, they have a whole line of stuff to choose from. Just read up on the products, and that way you make sure you're getting what you're looking for. Sometimes when I shop, I get a little bit hasty. Anyway, I think I did for that time. And I can't remember if it was the kind of vitamin C that you mix up. Vitamin C products have a tendency to spoil. And so I was thinking probably when I bought it that it would be, since I mixed it up, that, it would be safe and it wouldn't spoil in the tube. Anyway, It's like you have to choose between the better of the two evils. Either you want to use a vitamin C that's, I'm going with some eye cream now. Vitamin C that's going to spoil quick and it's going to force you to use it up really quickly. Or if you get one that's, that will, the shelf life is, quite a long shelf life, then, it might be a little gritty. But anyway, everything else that I love their hyaluronic acid. I love their, they've got a liquid peel that's like the color of wine, and it's a chemical exfoliant. I absolutely love that product. It's great for combination to oily skin, and it's got glycolic acid, BHAs and what have you in it, and it's kind of strong, but it's great. It's a great exfoliant. What else have I used from them? I've used some of their oils. I've got quite a few products from them. Okay. That's really hydrating, that eye cream is. So I've got to let that soak in for a few minutes. In fact, I'm just going to rub it on down because it dispenses quite a bit, at one time. More than I generally use. Excuse me. Let me get me a sip of something here. Sunday night, in my Sunday night live stream this last week, somebody mentioned that they enjoy when I do live stream during, the day. And I thought that I would come on today and I would, just put on some makeup and get ready and go full glam and, do that as a live stream instead of filming ahead. So, okay. Let's see. What am I going to do next? Let's put on a little. Let me just put on a little lip balm. Lip balm. Who's got the lip balm? This is one I received recently from Bare Minerals. And it's got a fruity smell like strawberries or something. And it has a little bit of a tint to it. I'm just going to put on a little bit. And I'm going to put on some perfume. I've been trying to find something for dark under eyes. An eye cream that helps with darkness under here. Is that what you mean? Or are you talking about a concealer of some sort or what? I'll tell you what helps me a lot when I wake up and I have dark, circles, puffiness and what have you underneath my eyes, to use an eye patch that's got caffeine in it. And use that first before I go in with, eye cream and concealer and all that kind of thing. One of the eye creams that I've used that's really stuck with me that helps with dark circles is from Ilia. Have you ever used anything from them? I just bought some under eye masks with caffeine. That's good. That helps. This this eye cream right here, it's called the Bright Start Activated Eye Cream from Ilia. And I think this came from either Allure or Ipsy. Anyway, it has a dispenser that keeps you from having to use your fingers, which I really don't mind using my fingers because, you know, your hands are your best tools. But anyway, it dispenses out the top, and it has a look. Let me show you. There's a yellow kind of a color to it, which makes it look similar to concealer, but it's not as thick as concealer, and it reflects light really bright. And of course, I just put on vitamin C underneath it. But anyway, it's really smooth and creamy, and I really like it. And a little bit goes a long way. I've been trying to use this up forever. Anyway, you can find it. It's made here in the U.S. You can find it at, I think, ilia.com. Anyway, it's an activating Bright Start activated eye cream. And so it brightens up, you know, underneath the eyes, and it's activated by, you know, the skin, the warmth of the skin. Anyway, that's a good one. I recommend that. Anyway, there's lots of good ones out there. This one from Drunk Elephant that I've been using here lately is it's got like a peachy kind of yellowish orange color to it, and it twists up, you know, but it dispenses. It's got Power 5C and 8 peptides in it, but the dispenser is very liberal, and you really only need like a half a pump, in my opinion. But I think that they made it this way so that you'd run out quicker and you'd buy another one. You know, it's marketing. Okay. Anyway, I got 2 eye creams on now. I'm just going to make sure and rub that in really good. Okay, now let's go in with some foundation. I've been trying to use this one up here from LYS, and I'm right down here at the bottom. And I love this brand. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be so sad when it's gone. Anyway, let me just pump some out onto my hand here and dot it on my face. And then I'll go in with a sponge today. And I don't wet the sponge because if it's a wet sponge, it's going to pick up the product. And I find that a dry sponge gives me a more opaque application, more full coverage. Hey, Nashies, how you doing? Good to see you today. I came on live for this makeup session thinking that some of you would enjoy a daytime live stream. So right now I'm just applying skincare and, you know, foundation and what have you. But I'm going to go into this palette from Nomad today, the Tokyo palette. It's got some really pretty pastels which I have swatched here on my hand. And I'm going to try to create a fun little colorful light pastel look. And right now I'm just using a dry sponge and blending this out. And I think I need more. Anyway, I'm at the end of this foundation. And it won't be long and I'll have it finished. I can put it in my empties. So I'm just hitting this T-zone area with another layer. And then I'm going to put some concealer on. So what are you girls up to today? Been doing anything interesting? One thing I like about this foundation from LYS is it's got serum in it. And so it's like another layer of skincare, that you can, add on top of what you've already done. And it just makes I don't know, the application of the foundation is so smooth. Some spring cleaning. Wow. Wow, you're motivated. All right, let me put some concealer on. This is also from LYS. This is the Triple Fix Serum Concealer. It's full coverage. And I'm not going to use a whole lot of concealer today, just right there underneath my eyes. I was shopping for my niece. She goes to the Army on April 9th, which I am not happy about. Are you unhappy about it because she's going away, or are you afraid for her life, or what? What is the part that's not making you happy? I like this concealer, y'all. You were shopping for what do they need when they go into the Army? I'm curious. Yo, I need a professional facial so bad. Both. She's going away, and to me, it's a very bad time with all that's going on. Yeah. Hopefully, all this stuff will be over with by the time she gets out of boot camp. Yeah, I completely understand too. Okay. Found a brush here for powder. Let's use this one here. This is the Morphe Bacon Set powder. I'm just gonna. I only bought her a few clothes, a blanket, some self-care items. Well, I'm sure she's gonna appreciate all that. This is the Lorella LC05 that I'm using for powder. And I'm basically hitting the T-zone. Okay. I wouldn't have the first idea what to buy somebody going into the service. Because in my mind, it's like they issue a uniform, they've got regiment, standards on your clothing, right down to the socks and underwear. And then, of course, your bunk and your bedding and all that stuff. I don't think that they let you bring mama's quilt from home or anything like that, do they? I wouldn't know. You watch the movies and you're like, you see those army blankets, those dark green army blankets. Man, everybody has the same, it looks the same. She just graduated high school and going straight to the army. Oh, wow. She's so young. Okay. Let's try a little of this. This is actually a blush, but I want to use it as a bronzer today. This one here on the end. This is from Ofra, and the shade is called something rose, winter rose. Anyway, let's see what it looks like. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. That's pretty. Y'all, my ring light is pooping out on me. Yeah, this is pretty. All right, let's put some up here on my forehead. Y'all, I tried to curl my hair last night. After I got out of the shower and everything, I took my ponytail holder thing, which is like a satin scrunchie, and I pulled my hair like into a really twisted like bun on top of my head, thinking that once I took it out, I'd have some body and it would just be like waves. My hair didn't hold a curl at all. I thought, what a ripoff. Because it was damp when I put it up. I thought surely it would hold. But evidently my hair's so fine these days, I'm going to have to add some like styling gel or something to it to get it to hold the curl. Okay, now for blush, I'm going to go in with this one here in the middle. It's a lighter type color. It's called Pink Satin. Pink Satin. I think Ofra does the best job on cheek products. I love their highlighters, everything. So anyway, I've used the one blush that was kind of dark for me. Might not be for somebody else, but I used it as a bronzer. So I'm just going to put this pink one like on top of it, up above it. That is pretty. That is a pretty color. Your hair is super fine as well. I use a little curl cream to give it some body and hold. Yeah, that's what I need. Or some mousse or, some kind of styling gel or something. Okay, a little on my chin just to take away some of that whiteness. Too white. Okay, so there are the complexion products. Let's work on these brows. This is my favorite pencil, y'all. It's from the Brow Gal, and it's in the shade medium brown. It has a sharpener on one end, and then, of course, the spoolies on the other end. And it just lasts and lasts and lasts, and it is a wood pencil. And you don't have to sharpen it every time. You only have to sharpen it like, I don't know, once every 4 or 5 times, something like that. So I'm going to try to get these brows on and make them look like sisters. They're never identical, but they do look alike if I work on them real good. You have some Brow Gal pencil. Do you like it? It's not too waxy, and I find that if I put the brow pencil on at, when I've got powder on my face, that some of the powders like kind of cling into my eyebrows, and it just helps for a smoother application. Yeah, quick and easy. And my eyebrows are so light that you can't even see them. I mean, look at that. I look like an albino. Hey, Worry, what's going on? Yeah, it just makes me. It frames your face. Eyebrows frame your face. Got to have some color in these brows. And since I'm left-handed, I have a tendency to this brow has a tendency to come out darker, so I have to be careful and intentionally use a lighter hand with this brow. What have you been doing all day, Maury? Are you busy with the youngins? Neshies, I've never heard you mention it, but I'm curious. Do you have children? Are you married? What's your story? I was recording a video, but I did it in pauses because my little ones were being a little loud. Yeah, I understand. All right, let me use this spoolie and see if I can't distribute the product to help them look more identical. They never look identical, but I can make them look like sisters. That's why I call them my sisters, because they look alike, but they're not identical. They grow different. Do y'all's brows grow different? Hey, Emily, how are you doing? I'm not married, but me and Mr. Nashies have been together almost 17 years, friends for over 30. No kids, just cats. Yes, my brows do. I have a scar slicing through one arch. I'm doing good. All right. That was kind of trendy there for a while, Emily. People shaving part of their eyebrow to make it look like they had a scar. You know what I'm saying? And some people still do that. I think I just erased my arch somewhat. Go back in here and put a little more on. Oh, well, you can fool with your brows all day long, it seems like. You know what I mean? Okay, there is that. Now, it's time to do eyeshadow, y'all. I think I forgot my eyeshadow primer, so I think I'm going to use some of this concealer, a little bit of it. And try to create a canvas here. Because I'm working with pastels today, and I don't want my veins to show through. My skin is kind of transparent up there. Okay. Now, this palette, let me show it to y'all. Here's a few swatches. I was, gaining some inspiration. And I saw Timeless Beauty over 60, Gloria P. She's my friend. I saw her use this palette the other day and create this really pretty pink look. She used this dark one up here in the corner for her outer V, but she used some of these pinks, this icy pink. I can't remember what all. It seemed like she used one of these neutral shades right through here somewhere. And then, of course, this pink over here. And it just turned out really, really pretty. I'm going to use the greens today and maybe a yellow. So let me grab them. I'm going to use a fluffy brush here. This is from SL Miss Glam. And I'm going to start out with this yellow. It's called the Mel Tea Room, right here in the middle. And I'm not really a yellow person, but I'm going to use it today. And this shade is kind of crumbly and broken. So I'm going to tap into it, and then I'm going to tap off onto this napkin here and then apply it. Because I just don't want this to, give me a bunch of fallout. And it's one of those shadows that it's not very pigmented as far as intense yellow, shade, but it picks up on the brush really good. And so I'm just tapping off onto this napkin. And this is a fluffy brush, so it distributes the product, really nicely all over this real estate I got here. Do any of y'all have this palette? This is an older one from Nomad. It came out like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, it seems like. Okay, now I'm going to wipe this brush off here on this napkin. And I'm going to go into the palette with the same brush. And I think I want to use this pink. It's called Lolita. It's right here on the side. I think it'll blend really pretty into that yellow. And again, this is like intense pickup here. So I'm going to tap into the palette and then tap off onto this napkin. And then like head right into the crease. I had a good lunch today, y'all. My husband fixed wings. He took wings, chicken wings, and he battered them and deep fried them, and then he coated them in this like honey barbecue sauce and baked them in the oven for 20 or 30 minutes. And so they were crispy, but they had that gooey, sticky sauce all over them. Then we had corn on the cob and stuff. It was good. It was a good lunch. Well, actually, our dinner, but we eat it around lunchtime because of his work schedule. He works the most unusual schedule. He goes in, he leaves the house about 2:00 in the morning. So he has to get up around 1 or 1:30. And then he clocks in at 3 a.m. and he has to start getting some things done to get ready for the inmates to come in because they're the ones that actually do the cooking. He oversees everything. And anyway, they cook breakfast. They start cooking breakfast about 4:00 in the morning. And that way it's all done and ready by 6. And so the inmates, they have to feed the inmates at 6. And then they start to get ready for lunch afterwards. And then another crew, when he gets off at 11 a.m., another crew is coming in to work the afternoon shift, like from 11 to 7 or anyway, so he gets home about 11:30 in the morning. And so when he comes home, we prepare for our main meal of the day. Okay. That's kind of pretty. Now this orange is like screaming at me. So I'm going to get a different brush here. And I want to use this orange. It's called Kawaii. Right there. You don't have any Nomad palettes. I tell you, when they go on clearance, that's the time to buy them. That way you can get a good deal. Okay, now I'm going to apply some of this orange, tapping off onto the napkin. And I'm going to apply some of this orange right here in the front. Just like this front part of the crease. On top of the pink. It was good. And you know, with the breading on top of the chicken wings and then the sauce on top of that, I could only eat three, you know, with the sides and everything that we had. So after three wings and two of those small ears of, you know, corn on the cob, those little half ears, and a handful of corn nuggets or fries or whatever else, you know, another little side. That was it for me. Okay, now there's still quite a bit of color on this brush. That's a fun little shade right there, that orange one is. Okay, now I want to try to stay away from the purple, but I'm inclined to put purple on because of the pink, but I'm going to refrain. You guys need to encourage me to refrain. I don't want to use too many colors. Anyway, I'm going to go into this green. It's called Now is Forever. It's right here. It's really pretty. And I'm going to put this right out here. I had fruit and yogurt this morning for breakfast. I had blueberry yogurt and it with blueberries in it. I added the fruit into the yogurt cup and a cup of coffee. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, I may not eat much else the rest of the day. I may eat a snack after a while. I don't know. Not anything big though. Okay, I'm just focusing this on the outer part of the lid and just running it right through the crease to meet that pink. And it gives a purple hue. Aren't they nice? I'm having fun. See, with pastels, I feel like I can be bolder with color than with darker shades. For some reason, it's just like I can use more. I'm not bound to a monochromatic eye look. Where with darker shades, I have a tendency to, you know, do like a blue look or a purple look or anyway. I try to mix it up. This, yeah, this green when it mixes in with that pink, it gives like a purple hue. It's very interesting. I'll take some pictures and that way y'all can see once I post them on the post them on Instagram. Okay, now there, look at this, these shimmers that are down here in this bottom row. There's a green one here. It's called Mushy Mushy. It's really light. And then there's a light pink one called Otaku. That'd be pretty as an inner corner highlight. I think I'm going to go in with this green one and put that right there in the front. That's a funny name, Mushy Mushy. M-O, it's spelled Moshi. Okay. Yeah, that's a really pretty green. Yeah. I want to swatch this purple here just for fun. Ooh, it's like a pinky purple. Look at that, y'all. That is so pretty. I'm going to have to use this palette again. Okay, now let me grab a brush here, and I'm going to use this light pink called Otaku in the inner corner. I had an eyelid irritation for a few days over the weekend. And normally I film for these Get Ready With Me videos on Sunday, and I work ahead, but I was unable to film. And so I did do my live stream Sunday night, but I didn't have on any makeup that day. And I had to be really careful, even with the skincare, because that eyelid irritation. But it's just my eyes and my nose have been dripping. It's hello in Japanese. Mushy mushy is hello. I had toast with avocado, tomato, and chia seeds. Wow, that sounds amazing. I would like that. I love avocado toast. Yes, a classic polite greeting. Mushy mushy. That's what I'll do. Instead of saying, hey, everybody, Sister Fantastic here, I'll say, mushy mushy. All right, now, Mama needs a little eyeliner. I don't want to use that brush. That's a lip brush. Let's use this eyeliner brush right here. It's real thin. See how thin it is? And I can probably get away with this dark, it's like an olive green shade. It's got like some brown in it. But I may want to mix it. We'll see. We'll put it on by itself, and then if it's too dark compared to everything else, then I'll lighten it up with this other shade called kakigori. Who knows what that means? All right. And I'm going to take a little bit of this right here. Just a little. I like using eyeshadows as eyeliner because my liquid eyeliners have a tendency to, with hooded eyes, they just make the biggest mess. It seems like. Okay. That's some definition there. Kakigori is a shaved ice dessert. You just teach us all kinds of stuff, Nashies. We need you. We need you. A shaved ice dessert. That reminds me of like a snow cone, you know? I have a lot of friends in Japan. Google is my Japanese friend. If I want to look up something, I just look it up on Google. And be careful. Put some of this in your eye. There's this cute little embossing on all these shades. It looks like like a teddy bear or something. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. But it's like little bears. See that purple one? That purple one shows it really good. But that's the embossing, except for this middle one here, which has the Nomad logo. Okay, I think that's going to do the trick. Isn't it pretty? That's the one that I was watching a while ago that looked like a pink. See, there it is. The purple's there, but it's like a topper. Let me let me see if I can swatch it right here on my wrist. Where y'all can see it. It's really light. But it's right there. My ring light has pooped out on me. My neighbor is from Japan. Each summer they go to the park to do exercise, and it's so relaxing. Cool. That's the thing about New York. It seems like it's like the melting pot of the world. There's all kinds of nationalities and people groups from all over the world right there in New York. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put on a little mascara. This is the full sleeve from KVD, and it's got a wand that looks like a mace. which you kind of have to get used to it at first. Anyway, I'm going to put this on real quick, and then I'm going to put on a pair of lashes because this look needs a pair of lashes. But this is if you like tubing mascaras, this is a good one. Lots of product inside the tube too. I've been using it for months now. You just have to be careful with this wand because it's fatter on the end than it is, anywhere else. And that's where it holds a lot of product too. But if you're like me and you like using the end of a mascara wand, it's great because you don't have to dip back into the tube. I mean, there's plenty of product right there. And it volumizes really good, I think. Okay, now the bottom. And it's easy to build up volume with this mascara. That's one of the things I love about Vegas. People from everywhere. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Everywhere. Okay, I'm going to dip back in to do the other eye. And then I'm going to give the mascara a couple minutes to dry. And then I'm going to go in with a pair of lashes. I've never been to Vegas. My parents got married in Niagara Falls. That's right next to Vegas, isn't it? Oh, Nash, Janae, you'd like these little purple shades. They're pretty. They show up really good on darker complexions too because of the shimmer. These pastels are hard to show up on fair complexion like me, but they just look fabulous on darker complexions. I just love them. The shift on the pink shade is pretty, yeah. The chameleon shades and the duochromes, yeah, me too. I like the way that they mix. Like, when I mixed that green, into the pink, it took on like a purplish kind of hue or bluish kind of hue. That's one thing about Nomad's formulas. They mix together so well, and you can create shades that aren't actually in the palette, just by mixing them, a couple of them together. Y'all bear with me. I know this is crazy looking. It's like I can't put mascara on unless I hold my mouth open. And this mascara is black, y'all. I mean, it is intense. And I think I'm getting it everywhere. All right, let me go back into that eyeliner brush and let me smooth this out because I think I got mascara on top of that eyeshadow. Yeah, that's pretty stark looking. This eye here looks darker than this eye, so I'm gonna see if I can't even it up. Okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get on that. All right, I'm down to the end of this glue here. I've got another tube. I just, I'm trying to use this up. So I'm hoping I can get enough glue out of it to, glue these eyelashes on. I've got 3 sets of lashes in this container here. I got these big giant floofers right here, which they are super fun. And then I've got like this medium pair, and then I've got this light pair up here. And I was thinking about using the medium pair today. So let's see what happens. The thing I like about this glue, y'all, this duo glue here, it's a quick dry formula, and I buy it on Amazon, but I think you can find it other places too. But anyway, I like it so well because you just put it on the eyelash, give it a quick blow, and it doesn't take any time at all for it to get tacky. And then you just pop it on. And the wand for the glue is really it's like a paddle. It's really thin and small. And so you're not it doesn't, you know how those squeezy tube eyelash glues, they just dispense way too much product. And then of course, when you've got tons of product on the eyelash, it takes forever for it to get tacky. All right, let me hold this down just for a second. That way it'll grab. It still looks cockeyed, doesn't it? That's about as good as that's going to get. We have, I was going to say this, y'all. The little Sanrio novelty store in the mall. When we lived in Nashville, the mall in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, which is, a suburb of Nashville, a little bit north, has had that store, Sanrio Surprises, with Hello Kitty and, all the little characters. So cute. And all the little girls just love that store. And I like the little stationery items and, everything that they offered also. And so, anyway, the girls in my Sunday school class, I would take them like once a quarter, and we'd all eat out after church and then shop at that little store. And they brought their own money, and, we just made like a quarterly outing of it. And then I had this chart in my Sunday school classroom, and I gave them stars, like they merited merited stars, like if they brought their Bible, if they memorized the memory verse, stuff like that, they'd get a star. And then at the end of the quarter, whoever had the most stars, let me make an adjustment here. Whoever had the most stars would get a prize, and I would, let them spend $10 or something like that at the Sanrio store, and I would buy their lunch for them, and just make them feel special for working so hard, and it was an incentive, not just for the winner, but for the whole class, to participate. Anyway, we had a lot of fun with that, and that Sanrio store, we would just hang out for about an hour until everybody, found what they were looking for and made their purchases and what have you. Okay, y'all, these eyelashes are on their last leg. So they still need to dry. So I'm like trying to keep them clamped down. And those little tweezer like things, that are made for pressing the eyelash to, your eye, they're handy, but I find that it's easier for me just to use my fingers. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to share that tip about the glue. It's a strip lash adhesive called Duo Quick Dry. And it dries clear. It's white, but it dries clear. And you can find it on Amazon. I usually buy them like by the 3-pack, Okay, I'm going to do a highlighter. I've got this highlighter palette that I just received in my Ice Cream Beauty bag from Bobe Beauty. And it's this white one here on the end is the one I want to try today. So let's see. Let's see what happens. This is not my favorite highlighter brand by any means. But Ice Cream Beauty has, put quite a few things in their boxes from Bobe Beauty. And I've passed on a bunch of stuff from Bobe Beauty, Like, because at one point I was receiving another subscription that would share Bobe Beauty products, and I was receiving duplicates. A little speck of something there. I don't know what that is. What a pretty highlighter. Y'all can't see that. I'm sorry about the lighting. I think I need to. My ring light here has pooped out on me. I need one that's going to last like a long time, longer than 30 minutes. You have a gigantic Hello Kitty collection. Hello Kitty is timeless. Wow. Yeah, Hello Kitty is fun, And I like all the little critters. Aruna Peckle, the little duck. I like him. I like Spotty Dotty, the little spotted dog. Y'all help me remember the frog's name. I like the frog. Wow, this is pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little of this up above. I gotta get a drink of water. I don't want to start coughing or sneezing. Okay. Karopi, is that his name? Karopiopi, or I forgot his name, the frog. Karopi. He's fun. Let me find me a cough drop here. How many Hello Kitty characters do you have? I bet you have all kinds of stuff. I still have some stationery items in a drawer in my desk over here. Karopi, yeah, the frog. Okay. This eye's watering now since I started coughing. I want to catch that before it ruins my makeup. Okay, I'm going to use this new lip liner that I have. It's from Beauty for Real, and it's called Universal Cool Define Lip Liner. So it's like a pink shade. Let's see what happens. Every holiday, I get something from Hello Kitty from family. Cool. So that adds to your collection. Hundreds of items. Wow. Okay, now this it's a lip gloss in a stick, and this is from Aether Beauty. And the shade is called Aura, Aura. It's a tinted gloss stick. And these two products came together in the Ice Cream Beauty bag. That's pretty. Now my nose is wanting to drip. Isn't it? This be pretty on you, Maury. It's like a plummy pink mauve kind of color. It brings out the pinks and the that bluish purple hue that where I got from mixing things together. It brings that out pretty good. Seasonal allergies, y'all. I never really had allergies before, but in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, ever since COVID, it's like this residue in it. But it's not all the time. Not bad though, huh? Let's spray it down. And I'll take some pictures and I'll share the pictures on Instagram. This is the all day seal from B Bella. I think they're going out of business, y'all. That's sad. I didn't bring my fan. So let me just use the box from the eyeshadow. I feel so much better with makeup on, y'all. It's just like, yeah, that lip combo is really pretty. I need to start doing lipstick Fridays again. Okay, again, I want to apologize for the lighting. I charged up my ring light. It just pooped out on me. And I need a better one. I have a big one over at the other, station over there. And I have to close those blinds or else it would make me look dark, having the blinds open because it's quite a bit of daylight coming through. Okay. I'm gonna let me set these things out of the way, and I'm gonna grab this tablet here and see if I can't take some pictures. Yeah, it's at 96%. Yeah, it's the pollen count is really heavy here right now because everything's blooming. Let's see if I can't get a decent picture. Thumbnail. Let's see how they turned out. Oh yeah, that one shot right there shows all the colors. This was fun, y'all. This look right here was fun to create. So let me pop over here to Instagram and I'll upload these real quick. Were you on a commercial? I do those mid rolls, because I like to monetize my live streams. And I never know when they're rolling. And they could be rolling for one person, but they're not rolling for another. I'm going to upload these real quick. maybe find a little music.
This is my little treat for myself. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to wait for a special occasion to say.
That's good enough.
This is my little treat.
You've had 4 commercials? Oh, well, I need to slow down on them commercials then. I need to do that at the beginning when I'm setting it up. I never know how many people receive. You're the first one that's ever told me that, Mari. I'm just doing a description real quick. It won't take long for it to upload. Lois got to go see Kimmy. Did y'all know that? They cooked in the kitchen together. Okay, it's posted. The pictures are posted, y'all. Lois will take off for a week or two and she'll make her rounds. She'll travel and visit, a few people. And one time she came to see me. She wanted to come another time, but we were traveling. Now, if I was facing the other direction and taking pictures, the lighting from outside would make the photos, look brighter. But anyway, I just took the pictures right here from this light. Anyway, next time I do a live stream, I'll instead of doing like a medium, um, where you choose, there's a medium level for live streams on how often the commercials, play. I'll bump it down. You showed some love on my IG picture. Good. Anyway, there's 4 shots there, and uh, one of them's uh, one of them's really good with the eyes closed. You can see all the colors. So anyway, let me wipe my hand off. Hope y'all enjoyed the live stream today. You like the afternoon lives, Nashies? That's encouraging. Because sometimes I worry. I worry about taking up people's time. And there's, on a longer video, even, like a 30-minute video. But for you to encourage me to do these live streams, which are like an hour and a half long, that's awesome. I appreciate the encouragement. I know not everybody has that kind of time, but some people do. All right, ladies, I appreciate your time today. Give me a thumbs up before we cut off the live stream. And yeah, if you haven't gone over to Instagram yet to show some love to those pictures, try to do that, and you can see everything better lighting. You forget, yeah. I do a post, like, on the community post on Sundays, just like I did today, letting everybody know, just to remind them, but it's only like a few hours ahead of time. It's, so unless you have to turn all your notifications on, in order to get all that. I think this pair of lashes is about seeing its last day. Anyway, I got to put some things back now. I had, because I usually do makeup facing the other direction, so everything's like stored over there. So I had to bring things over here to the table. Now I need to put stuff back. Put stuff back. I tell my husband that all the time. Put stuff back. Do y'all live with people at your house that open a cabinet and they don't shut it, or they take something out to use it and they don't put it back? He's pretty good about it, but he forgets. A lot of times his mind is on the next thing that he wants to do. You know what I mean? And I love doing my makeup, but hate putting them all back. Yeah. It's easier just to leave it spread out. So anyway, it's kind of a little joke that we have between us. I'll say, put stuff back. Y'all, this little bacon set powder, it's not as good as the By Terry one, but it is good. And it does brighten up the under eyes, as y'all can tell. And it mattifies the skin really nice. And it's it doesn't make your makeup look cakey at all. There's like a it's almost like a glowy sheen that it has. Not really, but anyway. Speaking of glowy sheen, y'all, this primer, I didn't use it today, but anyway, it's from Sai. Is the prettiest color. Here, let me put a little swatch on the back of my hand. That way y'all can see it. It's kind of a rosy kind of color. I think it would be great for any complexion. And I got this in my BoxyCharm. Well, I still want to call it BoxyCharm, but it's the Ipsy Extra. And look at that gorgeous glow. I should have put that on today, but I was in a hurry. I put the skincare on and then I was ready for foundation. But look at that. Look at that shine. Beautiful. I want to wear this just by itself. On top of my skincare, and just see what kind of a glow I can get. I got another primer out of the same box. It's from Cheekbone. It's a Moondew Illuminating Primer Gel, and it has more of a goldish white color. But I don't like it near as much as I do the one from Sai. But that is stunning. So, and the thing about having combination skin, when you use glowy primers like that, it can you feel sometimes like it's going to make your skin feel oily, you know, or it's going to like be hard to mattify the T-zone area or whatever. But this one's really nice. Anyway, and you can blot it back too. I just did that on my hand. I blotted it back. And you still have a nice glow. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate y'all. I've kept you long enough. Anyway, don't forget this coming Sunday night. It's the 5th Sunday night of the month. And I am doing live streams the 2nd, 4th, and 5th Sundays of the month now. If there's not a 5th Sunday, then of course there won't be a live stream. But anyway, once every quarter, there is a 5th Sunday. And this coming Sunday night is it. So meet me here 8:30 Central. I will do a reminder on my community post, you know, to let you all know. And anyway, we will be doing a giveaway, and I will do an unboxing, and we'll do skincare, and we're going to chit chat and, you know, have a good time. All right, that's it. That's it. Turn out the lights. I'm through. All right, I love y'all. Thank you again for coming. God bless you. Today is my prayer, and I will see you in my next video, which will be Friday, Face Mask Friday with Chelsea. All right, see ya.